Hey guys, this is Camfrey15, joined by my co-host Red Wolf, and we are back at it yet again with another episode review of Eden's Zero. Yes, like I said the last time we made an Eden Zero video reviewing episode 1, it could take a while till we get the next episode up. And I think that's going to kind of be the trend. So every day or two, we might just do a review and stuff like that. So yeah. The good thing is I'll be able to watch some of the episodes to refresh my memory. Episode 2, for this case, was kind of just a simple episode. It goes into the backstory of Rebecca and Happy and how they first met, and I guess the fact that Happy is more useful in this anime than he ever was in Fairy Tail.
Oh, just imagine if he didn't get into that accident.
Yeah, he'd be like regular old Happy, but hey, Mashima upgraded because, well, it's one of my pressing concerns in the final season of Fairy Tail, the fact that they could have really made Happy maybe have the same thing Carla had, but they didn't.
You know, I'm still not giving up hope just yet, because right now we're currently reading the manga, and I'm still hoping that someday that Happy will get some kind of power up like Carla.
Hopefully, like
if not at least like a Tiger Lily, Panther Lily.
Maybe we'll see. So, anyways, we are talking about Eden Zero episode 2. Again, this is centered around Rebecca and Happy. So the episode starts off after Shiki, Rebecca, and Happy all left Planet Granbell, obviously with the robots giving their way of saying goodbye. And obviously, the one place they're going to be going to is Bluegarden, I believe that's the planet's name, which is where Rebecca's from. And two, they bring up the fact that, well, Shiki can join a guild hall. That's very interesting. Very fairy tale-like there. Which, funny enough, I think we see a Levy Jet and Droy cameo later on in the episode.
Again, man, there cannot be a coincidence. They're just teasing us, but they think they fooled us, but we know.
Yeah. Also, Rebecca goes on to say she's a B-tuber. Again,
B-cuber.
No, I looked at the subs. They said B-tuber.
They said B-cuber in English.
You can go look at the subs. It says B-tuber.
Why are you looking at the subs?
Because I watched somebody's reaction. In the subbed, it said B-tuber, not B-cuber.
I don't trust subs. Anyways, go on.
Technically, the subs are on Netflix.
Technically,
the sub version is on Netflix. I'll go watch the sub version.
Yes, but are subtitles usually accurate?
Translator wise, if they're the best translator, especially from Netflix, which right now that's an official translator for the sub version, then yes, that would be official.
You know what? You do you and call them VTubers. I'm gonna call them VCubers because I know what VTubers means.
VTubers?
VTubers. I know what VTubers means. In this day and age.
Okay.
You want to know?
Hey, look, if you want to go and put the captions on in the English version, I will do that. And I will legit point out that I guarantee you they said B-cubers or B-tubers.
Look, I believe you. Don't get me wrong, but come on. VTubers are those YouTubers where they have those they're disguised as some kind of anime kind of characters and stuff. I don't know.
Well, this is how they're handling it different in this anime.
Well, I prefer VTubers because is completely different. But whatever, man. Go on.
Okay, heck, if you want to be more official, you can go to the manga. Technically, am I right about that though?
Don't tell me the manga says VTubers.
I haven't looked at the manga at all. The manga would say B-tubers.
You think so?
I would have to go read the manga. I have not yet to open up the manga.
Okay. Once you read the manga, then come talk to me about it.
Okay. Actually, let's pause the video real quick because we'll be back in a quick second.
God, I told you! This is what I do! I don't even have to look at the manga to know. I just have to listen.
Okay. You're right. And then second of all, I thought you were saying V-Cuber. V. I didn't I understand if you're saying B.
Oh, no, I said B. B.
B?
B, yeah.
Oh, no. I looked on the wiki, it says B-Cuber. You got the cuber right, but it's B.
Okay, I guess we're...
Even. I guess we're even in a way. I got one part right, you got the other part right. So we were both wrong.
You should...
Anyways, going on from that, so they get to Bluegarden, and Bluegarden's like kind of a metropolitan-like city. Very lush, very blue, to be honest. And they go into the guild, and then again, like I said, you see the Levy cameo of her with the other Shadow Gear members. Yes. And that's when they see a hologram of Mother, and what is Shiki saying to the hologram?
He wishes to be friends with the robots again and stuff.
Yes, and then sadly, what does the other members in the guild do to him?
Laugh at him.
Yep.
Because he says that he feels like he's seen her somewhere before, and they just don't believe him.
Yeah. I don't know why they laughed at him, because he said, I felt like I've seen someone similar to her. So could that be some sort of thing relative to Shiki's past? Because we don't know much about Shiki's past. All we know is that the Demon King just came up, took him on his little quest. We later found out he went on the Demon King went on a quest to find Mother, but he came up and he found him, and then he took him back to Granbell. We don't know too much about Shiki's past. So it's gonna be very interesting if this has some sort of tie-in to his past. Would you say so?
Yeah.
So yeah, we also kind of get some more information about Mother, but again, it's kind of what we talked about last episode review. But essentially, Rebecca tells Shiki that not much is known about Mother other than the fact that she's essentially the Dragon Balls and she can grant any one wish you ask her. But essentially, the only thing is they don't know about her whereabouts, where she's at. All we see her is just chilling on some sort of rock, holding some sort of black hole thing. I don't know, to some sort of, universe or something.
She's holding all the universes in her hands, basically, I guess.
Yeah, that's my only guess. Also, the top part of her outfit or whatever she's wearing, I don't know if that's her skin. It looks like Lucy's outfit after the 7-year time skip.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the heart piece. So, maybe that's just a Lucy reference right there in terms of the clothes design. That's just me.
That doesn't need to be a Lucy reference. We've already seen. I'm not gonna say yet, Fernanda.
That's not till the next episode. But
yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Now they do say. Now Rebecca does say. Now Mother has been, I guess you can say, on the outskirts of the Sakura cosmos, which again, the outskirts. We'll talk about the outskirts when the episode time comes, because apparently you can't get near the end of the Sakura's cosmos universe without dying to dragons. So yes. Anyways, they end up leaving, but what happens when they end up leaving?
You take this one, actually.
Okay. Happy ends up getting stolen by this robber. And quote unquote, the robber, after picking up Happy, says, "Oh, look, I got a cat from the planet X seed."
Again, no coincidence right there.
Because if you watched Fairy Tale, the races of Carla, Happy, and Lily, or any other cat in the Fairy Tale series, is called an X-Seed. Huh. You wonder if they're gonna go to a planet called X-Seed ever in this series. Be very interesting, to say the least.
I have a theory.
Yes.
What if Eden Zero takes place like years into the future, like after Fairy Tale, where like everything is all like modernized, and a whole lot of different planets and stuff.
I think Eden Zero, from what I was told, is its own alternate universe.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's connected to Fairy Tale.
I don't know, man. They got me thinking now. I
think all of Mashima's projects, which are Rave Master, Fairy Tale, and Eden Zero, are set in a different universe from each other, which means they have no correlation, no connection.
Different universe. Seeing Levi and other characters making a cameo and stuff.
I think those are just cameos because everybody knows Fairy Tale, and they just are teasing, like, oh, hey, look, where we go, showing Levi for kicks and giggles. I think the people who created the anime did that on JC Staff, I believe, does this anime. I think they did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Just for like, oh, if you watch Fairy Tale here, we'll show you some Fairy Tale cameos. I don't know if those cameos are in the manga version because I haven't read the manga. Nor will I don't know if I ever will read the manga. That's just probably something up in the air if I want to. So yeah, I just say it as they're just cameos to characters we've seen, so yeah, because who knows? I don't know any Rave Master characters, and maybe there's been some Rave Master cameos, but I don't think there has been any Rave Master cameos. Don't know much about Rave Master, but then again, I'm interested in reading or watching that show. So yeah. Anyways, again, this is when we kind of get the flashbacks between Happy and Rebecca. And so what happens in the flashbacks?
Yeah. As a little girl, Rebecca found Happy somewhere like in the slums and stuff, like all like asking him like, are you alone, or like why are you all here alone? And Happy is like, my owners decided they didn't want me anymore and stuff. And
also, too, I forgot. I started to cut in, but we're also, I guessing, led to believe that Rebecca's an orphan, because we don't see her parents, and she seems like she's like a little girl living on her own.
Yeah, certainly seems that way.
So we don't even know her parent origins as well. Like if her parents just said, "Hey, get out of here. We don't want you," or maybe her parents died. Don't know. So. Maybe that's going to be a story point in the future that they bring up later, and stuff like that. But you can continue with the backstory.
Yeah, and then we cut over to a pretty gruesome scene. Yeah, like Happy got into an accident and he apparently died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he also got remodeled as an android.
Essentially. Yeah. By a professor we won't speak his name of yet. But that scene was very freaking emotional, very sad, and I'm like, this is only the second episode and you're already gonna have me cry? I will say this, the one positive I have for Eden Zero compared to the start of Fairy Tale is, the one thing I like in the start of Eden Zero compared to Fairy Tale is the fact that Eden Zero hooks you in from the jump. And it's like, okay, this is actually pretty intriguing. While Fairy Tale, it takes a few episodes to build up to get your intrigue factor there. Would you say that?
Then again, Fairy Tale is like much longer than Eden Zero from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, because I think Eden Zero, in terms of the manga, they're only like on chapter, like I think they're still in the 100 chapters, like 100 something.
And you told me that it's going to go up to 24, right? Or like 25?
In terms of the anime right now, I believe there's 25 episodes so far.
So, oh wait, so it's still continuing after 25 episodes?
I think Eden Zero is gonna be that series that goes ongoing until eventually gets close up to the manga, and then they'll just stop it so the manga can give more chapters so they can later adapt it. So I'm guessing it's gonna be that type of future thing unless they're doing it in different seasons, I guess. I don't know much about what's going on in terms of the Japanese side of things, so yeah, it's just, hey, we have to wait for episodes whenever they drop on Netflix, so I guess you could say we're chilling. To me, it's more of a hook on. Again, like I said, I'm still a fan of Fairy Tail. I love Fairy Tail. But I will say Eden Zero hooked me quicker than Fairy Tail did. For when I first watched Fairy Tail, I enjoyed it, but it took me a while to really be hooked in with the show and be like, okay, I see where this is going and stuff like that.
How many episodes did it take you, actually?
Huh?
How many episodes did it take for you to get hooked in, actually?
Probably took me really until the Phantom Lord arc, probably.
That's understandable.
So, yeah. But yeah, going on. Happy was in an accident, and good God, I'm just saying this. They don't censor nothing. They show the blood and everything. I'm like, yikes. Hey.
I wonder why they didn't do that from the very start of Fairy Tail. I mean, like the first half of Fairy Tail, they like showed no blood, nothing. They just
don't know. Very emotional scene there and everything. So we cut back to the present, and eventually Shiki catches up with the robber. Happy is eventually freed from his cage, and again, this is before we found out he's an android. But we freaking see that Happy, like, because Rebecca's calling him over. She's like, "All right, Happy, let's get this going on." So Happy literally transforms from a cat robot into two pistols. Or two guns, essentially, and Rebecca just goes off on these fools.
And Shiki was like, maybe you don't need a bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to mention. At the start of the episode, eventually Shiki and Rebecca kind of work together. Essentially, Shiki's supposed to be like her bodyguard, essentially, but technically they're not. And to be honest, they essentially became friends from the jump anyways, so I don't know if it's faster than Natsu and Lucy, but hey, I think it's the whole thing where it's like, oh, they're friends from the jump and stuff like that. So yeah, and then two, it makes more sense because they do a flashback when Rebecca was talking about in the first episode, how saying it doesn't matter if you're human or even machine, you're friends to the end. Well, now we see why, because she said that statement because Happy is a machine, technically an android, a robot. So that's why she said back on Grand Bell, shouldn't you be friends whether it's, whether you're human or robot? And that's what kind of dawns on Shiki's like, oh. Eventually they tell Shiki that, that Happy is an android, and he's like, I could never tell. And hey, it was a nice moment between the two. And they kind of go back to the guild and stuff like that. So eventually they just reconnect. They go back to the guild, get ready. But the cliffhanger of the episode is the fact that that we see this person talking to a character I guess you can see somewhat but let's just say they're like, oh, there's the Demon King's child has left Grand Bell, and essentially we turn around and we see this pirate princess named Elsie, and she's like, oh, well, where is he now? And they're like, oh, he's on Planet Grand Bell, or no, Planet Bluegarden. And she's like, okay, then that's our next destination, and we have to go find him. So Miss Elsie is looking for Shiki. Very interesting. Now, obviously, I've seen all the 12 episodes. I know the reason why, but what were your first thoughts of when you were watching this? Why did you think like she was trying to see Shiki? I thought at first, I'm like, is this some sort of thing where she's trying to go after him and capture him or something?
does she have like a grudge against the Demon King or something?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, is she gonna be a future antagonist? Oh, great. Also, too, Elsie is voice acted by Colleen Klinkenbeard. If you watch the English dub of Fairy Tale, again, like I said, we watched the English dub of Eden Zero. If you watch the English dub of Fairy Tale, you would know Colleen Klinkenbeard from her role from Urza, which she reprises her role. Well, I wouldn't say reprises her role, but takes the role of a character that looks literally similar to Urza. The only difference between this character and Urza is the fact that, well, unlike Kid Urza at first, she completely has an eye patch for good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't know if that eye is messed up or something, but yeah. And we also find out that there are space pirates in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Who would have thought? Very interesting. But she's got a very gigantic looking ship, and it looks very cool. Yeah, so that's where the episode ends off. So that's kind of the cliffhanger there. Next week, that's when we're going to kind of get interested into, obviously, some people like Labilia Christie and Mr. Weiss Steiner. So that's going to be episode 3. Again, we don't know when we're going to give our review on episode 3 yet. Just to let you guys, so just stay on your toes and stay subscribed to the channel. But again, another solid episode of Eden Zero. Enjoyed it. Again, I love this series. I'm already hooked on. I've watched all 12 episodes. I'm hooked on to this series. This series is good. This series is great. I love it. And again, if you're also asking, has there been fan servicey moments? There has been fan servicey moments, but not as much as Fairy Tale. I will say that.
I mean, it only just started. So.
Yeah. But anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on the second episode of Eden Zero, as well as your thoughts on Rebecca. Do you prefer her over Lucy? Again, do not leave spoilers of what she does in the future, or do you prefer Lucy over Rebecca? My thoughts on so far from the 12 episodes I've seen, I'm honestly starting to like Rebecca a lot more than Lucy. So that's just me. Maybe it's because she's an actual female character that seemingly can take care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like late stage Lucy, like final season late stage Lucy, she can take care of herself fine. It's kind of the early stage Lucy, she really kind of was a damsel in distress, to be honest.
Yes.
So yeah, so it seems like clearly there's some improvements that Eden Zero has over Fairy Tale, which definitely are making me liking it more than Fairy Tale. Not to say that I hate Fairy Tale. I still love Fairy Tale. I still enjoy it. I will admit I think Eden Zero, in some cases, is better than Fairy Tale. So, yeah. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Again, hit that subscribe button for not only my channel, but my co-host channel, The Red Wolf. I'll link that in the description.
I don't know if I'll be posting tonight, guys, but you can try to bet on it, I guess.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, when you do subscribe to our channel, make sure you hit that notification bell icon. Make sure you're up to date with whatever we upload to the channel, so it goes to your notification inbox and stuff like that. Because YouTube's just crappy with that stuff.
Yes.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day or night when you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, we'll see you guys for episode 3 sometime in the coming days. Till then, guys, we'll see you guys later. Peace.